What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Football Capital, and yes, we are back for another Premier League review show.
What a day.
How you going, mate?
If ever there was a Friday.
How you going, mate?
This one. Woo!
We're the best team in the world, mate.
Yeah.
We're going to win it all, mate. We've got Thiago Alcantara, the best midfielder in the world. Jordan Hendo, the best midfielder in the league. Crack one open, Seba. Crack one open. Cheers.
Non-alcoholic today.
Non-alcoholic, you're being responsible.
Got to drive home.
It might be far from the top of the league to the bottom there, so yeah, you make sure. No alcohol.
Victory sip.
2 victories this game week for us.
Hey,
for the
like
Premier
it.
League.
Feels like it.
For the Premier League. If your team lost, guess what? I think Burnley just...
I think you're 6 points behind. Six
Hey,
fucking points.
We're 6 fucking points. We told him last time. Okay, listen. Trump is available. Trump
They
is
need a winner. They need a winner.
They need someone that's going to get him over the line.
You know, maybe Klopp and Trump aren't so like they're pretty similar to each other because like whenever Trump loses, he thinks that he's been cheated. Whenever Klopp loses, he has a sook and he's does a hissy fit, tries to fight the other manager like a bitch.
So it's like Biden and Trump, and then we have like Klopp and everyone else.
Ole Gunnar Biden.
Ole Gunnar Biden.
And Jurgen Trump.
Sean Dyche, bro. Sean Dyche has done the job. Liverpool lose, or their home record ends. They lose and their home record ends, so it's a double whammy there. Whammy. Yeah,
it was
man.
nice. It was nice. And the commentator went on a big spiel at the end of the game and saying it's the end of an era. And it's a bit dramatic, but they got nothing to talk about now. They are defending champions, but there's no record. You're just playing football now. It's done. It's done.
Title race is over for Liverpool. Title race is it over for Liverpool?
Nah, it's not over. But that 6 points behind us looks nice.
It does, eh?
Like,
I mean,
fuck back where he belong.
Like the PE teacher, the Norwegian PE teacher sits top of the league. So if he's the Norwegian PE teacher, is everyone else the students? Is Guardiola and Klopp the students?
Shit.
Well, I don't know, man. I don't know. You let us know in the comments what you guys think about that one. But
we just gotta enjoy this. 2 points ahead for now. Man City, they're right up our asses. Obviously, with a game in hand, if they do win, they go ahead. But as we discussed off air, no De Bruyne for the next 3 to 4 weeks. We'll take that. COVID has got Aguero sidelined for
maybe the same 2 to 3 weeks.
2 weeks. It depends on how sick he is. He's probably not that sick, but 2 weeks probably.
Where are these guys? Like the thing is, with this whole COVID thing, where are these players going? Aren't they meant to be sticking to some sort of bubble and maybe like some rules and restrictions?
Who knows?
Like, bro. I get it. When Salah got it, he was at his brother's wedding and whatever. Fair enough. But Paradise. 700 people. 4 square meter rule, bro. $5,000 fine. But I don't get it. I don't get it. Like I thought he was on the bench a couple of weeks ago. He probably even came on. I think Aguero came on in one of the games. And now he's like...
Who sat on the bench before him? That's where he got it.
Yeah, there you go.
Team before. I don't know. There's a spike in the Premier League.
But look, City are kind of hitting some sort of form. I mean, they got West Brom in the next game.
Have to
by the looks of it.
They won 5 straight.
I mean, you never know, man. Sam Allardyce is just beat Wolves.
Ooh.
Yeah.
They're back.
They're back.
West Brom.
Oh no, wait. Did they hold on? They lost as well, though. They lost to West Ham as well. That's right. But they beat Wolves, and then they lost that game to West Ham. But yeah, look, on paper,
more wins in the last 5 than Liverpool. More goals too.
Yeah, yeah, fucking triple the. Oh, Liverpool haven't scored this year.
Sorry, I just watching Klopp today blowing up. It's reignited my fuck off Liverpool attitude. Makes me sick.
But I told you about this manager, man. I told you 3 years ago. I was saying it. Yeah, they're playing well, but he doesn't have a plan B. When he's in games that he's behind, he makes like for like subs. He doesn't change it up. Again, like this morning, he's taken off Origi, and I get it. Origi should have scored with that chance that he had. But you got no strikers on the bench. You're putting Minamino on that he was struggling against under 14's Villa. you're putting him on to try change the game. Change it up. Why? And this is a problem with like nowadays with system managers. Yeah, like when managers play a certain system, like we've seen it with Bielsa, Klopp now is like Klopp's been doing it for years. Yes, it's worked, but now you even said it last year when as soon as Liverpool won the league. Once you guys get found out, then it's game over.
It's over.
And we've seen City get found out in the last season a bit, and some of the games this season. Maybe they could have lost a few more games if the other team just had better quality up front.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Look, they got midfielders that aren't producing. The strikers are suffering. You can't have your left and right back doing all the assisting. You know. Well,
look, we said it last week. I said it last week, and I think Ferdy agreed as well. I mean, like they've been playing heavy metal football for 3 years. You go into the Champions League final where they lost 4-1, but you're in a competition where you're versing, the best of the best, really, and you're playing that heavy metal football. Maybe it suffered in the league a little bit. I think they came maybe 4th or 3rd that year. But then the season after, they lost by 1 point. They lost to 1 point to City. So only lost one game all year.
Yeah.
Dropped hardly any draws in that season as well. Playing that fast press, like their midfielders,
relentless.
Yeah, like ruthless. As every time someone had the ball, like I remember, like when Arsenal and Liverpool played, and then what's his name, Unai Emery trying to play out from the back against Liverpool, the best pressing team in the league.
Yeah.
And I still see it now, like. Even when we played Liverpool, I'm like, what are you guys? This is like the best pressing team in the league, or was, and you guys are trying to play out from the back. And I think they've lost they've lost their legs. I think they're so tired. I mean, Oscar Pistorius FC, bro, just no legs anymore. Like these teams got no more legs, right? They got no, and they got.
They could be fatigued. They're short. They got injuries.
And I said it. There's no depth in the squad. They made no recruitment. Yeah. It's like you said in the group chat.
It's the
22nd
of January, and you guys have injuries for days.
No transfers, no signings.
Goals, and not one signing. Like that's bad management. Like we complain about our owners, but at least our owners splash cash and get some players in. Yeah, then they need something. There's a week. I hope they don't sign anyone.
But look, this is the thing. Yeah, look, this is the thing. Well, you look at the managers. Like, let's look at Fergie. Look at Fergie. Yeah,
the singer.
Yeah, we can look both. We can do comparison if you want. I mean, Sir Alex. All right, we'll look at Sir Alex. Look at every time. Look at the 99 treble winning season. Right, he had 4 strikers, York and Cole, and he had Sheringham and Solskjaer.
Yeah.
So there's competition for spots all over the place. Yeah.
Yep.
You look at later on when we had Van Nistelrooy. Van Nistelrooy was killing it. Then you also had...
Still had Solskjaer there.
Yeah, but you had like Saha, you had Rooney, you had Ronaldo. Like everyone was fighting for these positions. Do you know what I mean? You look at even United squad now, yeah? How many times last season when we were like, bro, this Luke Shaw is done. Get rid of Luke Shaw.
Well, I never thought that. But
and but like the agenda or what do you want to... Like it was obvious. Like to be honest, it was obvious that he just doesn't got it, right? Maybe maybe Mourinho didn't help that situation. Yeah. Probably made it worse for him. But you bring in Tellez. The competition for places now. Look at him now.
I thought for sure Tellez is the starter for Man United.
But look what's happened now. You've brought in someone like Tellez, and this guy's he's undroppable. He's career best form. And you got to say he has to be in the conversation for the England squad.
Yeah, 100%.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you got like who else in the midfield? We got our midfield is stacked as well. If you don't perform, the pressure's on. You got Lindelof, Maguire, Bailly. Bailly has came back now.
Bailly's
right?
back.
All right, he done a real dodgy pass against Fulham. That was a bit shaky.
And almost scored.
But we rarely see now the mistakes from Lindelof, from Maguire, from Bailly as well. Because now there's a bit of competition. And that's what Liverpool don't have. Yeah, Liverpool don't have. Like you look at their front three. If Firmino is not doing well, who do they have? There's no number 9 to take that spot. And bro, Firmino for me wasn't even a number 9 when he came to Liverpool. At Hoffenheim, I think from what I remember, he was playing out wide.
Yeah, Even for Brazil and before they signed him as well.
He was playing out wide. So, and then you got Salah, Mane. If they're not performing, who do you bring on? And I said it like before the Man United Liverpool game. I look at your bench and you guys have Shaqiri coming on. Okay, I'm not saying he's a bad player, but you've got Shaqiri coming on. You got Origi coming on. These are the problems for Liverpool where there's no competition for places here. You got I can't I'm not going to try pronounce his name. The Greek kid they bought left or right back. I think it might have been left back to try put competition for Robinson.
Yeah, but they're not on par though. You got to be on par.
But that's what I mean, bro.
There's no competition.
There's no competition. But you're bringing him in for what reason? He's hardly ever played. We've hardly seen him at all.
Yeah.
And like everyone's saying, oh yeah, but we got injuries. I'm looking at some of their results, and your centre back issue is not the problem.
Yeah, it's the goals.
Because you're not conceding.
Yeah.
So even though Henderson's he's not a central like defender, you haven't conceded. Fabinho, to me, he's been doing well, but him, I think, dropping back, Liverpool are suffering in the midfield. Yeah. So that doesn't help. I get it, but bro, your centre back, your defensive problems is not what. It's not the issues for Liverpool at the moment. It's your front three. There's no competition for spots. And like I was on the topic with Fergie, right? Fergie, Van Nistelrooy was still scoring goals, was still 20 plus, 30 plus goals a season, even though towards the end of his time at United, they didn't get along. They had they clashed. He still got rid of him when he could have got a return, and Van Nistelrooy was still in sort of peak because he went to Madrid and killed it as well.
Yeah.
Beckham as well did it with Beckham, did it with a lot of players, and you gotta look at Liverpool squad, and maybe they should have got rid of one of their front three this season, got some cash in, right? Because sometimes you do need to get rid of one of your big players.
Yeah, but they gotta have money, bro. They've been winning trophies
for
a while now.
I get it, but you need to.
Well, I don't think
I look at this Liverpool squad, and it looks like they need a fully rebuild now.
Not a full
they do. They
need the midfield. They need to rebuild the midfield and change the way they think about getting those goals and getting the ball to the players.
Yeah,
like
I know,
said,
but I think
let the defenders defend. Let the midfielders.
They do need to let go one of their players. They got rid of Coutinho, arguably one of their best players in the team, right?
Yeah.
And they use that money.
Coutinho got rid of them.
Yeah. Okay. No, at the end of the day, they got Van Dijk and they got Alisson. So who won? Really, who won?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And by just them two players, 2 Champions League finals in back-to-back, won the league. I'm not saying it's them, but they contributed because 100%. You got rid of a player that was quality and you moved them on.
But I think it was. But the thing is, I know what you're saying.
Salah's like almost 30 now.
Yeah, but 30 is old.
Yeah, but it's not old. But you got to get rid of now. If Salah can't pick up that form ever again. If he was not a 1 season wonder, but a 3 season, 4 season wonder, whatever.
But we're talking about 1 month now. It's been a month since 5 games. Last 4 games they haven't scored. But what you're saying about continuing leaving, they got players that it was so obvious they needed a keeper because both the keepers were pathetic, and they had no centre backs. So that's the obvious fix.
Yeah, I get you, and it's not just 1 month. It's 1 year. It's 1 year. If you look at the stats from last year January, even though they blew the league out of the water, but since like February period after the transfer window, they've gone downhill. And we can use the excuse, after they won the league, they dropped off. They were drunk. They were this. They weren't taking it too. They weren't taking it too serious. Hey, they weren't taking it too serious. But then when they were losing games, Klopp was losing his head. Because they were losing and dropping points, right? Yeah, they're trying to go for that 100 point record, didn't do it.
Yeah.
And since then, if you look at the graph, what's the percentage of them from last season to now? They were on like 46 points or 49 points last year at this stage of the season.
Yeah.
Now they're what? Where are they? 34. 34, so they've dropped. It's like a 33% drop, right?
Yeah.
So it's not just a month. And like you look at them now, Mane and Salah, they haven't really Mane, Salah, Firmino, the front three this season. It's not just. I know Salah is top goal scorer. I get that, but maybe you're gonna look to move these players on. You can look at it and say, look, he's still scoring. If Madrid want him, we'll get rid of him, bring in the money, and use it elsewhere. because City does it. City always does it. They move players on and rebuild. I know, I get it. Their owners got the money. They don't need to sell for big wages big price tags. But at the same time, they need. You're the champions of England, and you got a player on a free, and you got Jota.
Yeah.
Is that what we're doing now? Is that what we're doing? You're the champions of Europe, and the season before made no signings. And they took that risk. Oh yeah, we're not going to make any signings, and we're going to see how we go. We're gonna assess it later on.
I don't think selling any of their players right now gives them a plan B, which is what we think they're.
No, not right now, but they maybe should have thought about it at the start of the season. Yeah. Now it's too late. What about now? The way the league is going. Look, I'm not saying Liverpool out of the title race because you play 2-3 games and Liverpool could be first again, right? Yeah. But I'm saying if something happens and they completely drop out and they don't get Champions League, are they going to be back to where they were when Klopp just came in?
We can only hope.
They're not getting players winning all these trophies, Champions Leagues, the Premier Leagues, and they're not attracting players. And what about when they're not in the Champions League? Then what?
Yeah.
Is it worrying times? Liverpool fans, let us know. Banter aside, let us know what's happening with your club at the moment. Who's the issues here? Is Klopp maybe not asking for players, or is he asking for players? So whoever the fans that are more invested in that club, obviously we're not. It's not us. But still, what is happening here? Because I don't know, man. I was hearing all this talk before Christmas. All this talk. I mean, since Salah put up his Christmas tree, they haven't won a game. They haven't won a game since Salah put
signed the contract and
contract and just kicked back. Yeah, but I don't know, man. Liverpool, this was our year again, mate.
Everyone goes through these
back to back, mate. We're meant to do it back to back.
That was never going to happen.
Well, you never know.
It still could. But
just cover ourselves.
They got
before it gets clipped up.
They got an issue. They got to fix it. I don't think selling a player. I think they just need to sign one or two in the midfield and a striker. Maybe even just change the formation, get that plan B. The plan B maybe doesn't even need specifically a new player, but change the style of play, change the formation,
that as well.
Change the shape. Because if you don't have your first team doing that, the people that replace him, they're not as good. They can't do exactly what the first team's doing. And mix it up.
Yeah, and I know what you're saying. I just showed you that clip on TalkSport about Thiago. I get it. He's only played 7 games and he's going to need time. But then I look at the same time. I look at it and I'm like, he's got to be doing better than what it is. You can't tell me second half against Chelsea, 45 minutes, he done this many amount of passes and it's a record and all this crap. You didn't get the points.
That's all stupid shit.
You know what I mean?
Records of this and that.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And the point that they made about Thiago slowing it down, and I'm like, I've never really thought of it that way.
Yeah,
right?
that's actually what I liked about him, but at the start,
but there's
a different tempo to the rest of them.
But that's right. But then you look at the heavy metal football that they were used to be playing, 1,000 miles an hour. And then when Thiago gets the ball, and then you got Mane, Salah making them runs or overlapping runs by Trent and Robinson, and it's like, this guy's just made a 2-yard pass or passed it backwards, or it's nice to spray the passes around, but he needs to get more involved. I'm not even talking about scoring the goals or scoring a little bit of that. But to be honest, I think they did make a really good point on that. He's played 7 games. Yeah. The games that he has started, the game that he did start, he hasn't won. The games that he did play and they've won, he came on second half against Chelsea. I think Chelsea were already 2-0 down, player down as well. And then the other under 14s, Villa that they played.
Villa's actually dropped off a fair bit, eh?
Yeah, but they got
11th.
3 games in hand.
3 games.
Yeah, so they're top of the league. All this fucking talk and they're top of the league. 26 points.
Put them 4th above. Above Liverpool, if they win all of them.
And that's what I mean. How is the pressure going to get heat up for Liverpool if, let's say, Everton get the result, if they don't beat Spurs? And Mourinho, what he's going to do? Mourinho is going to park the bus, the boat, the plane, the helicopter, the tank, everything. Yeah. And then they can hit him on the counter with Harry Kane and Son. Bale. Yeah. Bale. Let's not even speak about him. Little cheerleader, bro. He's the most expensive mascot in the Premier League. But that's for another day. But yeah, look, it's a fantastic day for us. I mean, look, the banter's back. Look, you know what? The last couple of weeks, when Liverpool was still first, but dropping points, but still first, my DMs, crying emojis. You guys think you all this stuff, we're still first, but this, but that. Today, not one reaction. Not one reaction. My DMs are like quiet. Whispers. Do you know what I mean? But what can you do? That's the beauty about football. That's the beauty. We could drop points in the next couple of games and be fourth, and then guess what? The banter FC is back. Let's chat about a little bit about our game now as well. Yeah, against Fulham, 2-1 win.
We go down
once again.
We go down.
Typical
early.
United. It's like what's wrong with us? That's seven away games this season. 7 away games that we've gone behind us.
Yeah, come from behind early. It's always like in the first. I'm gonna start putting money on us to cop in the first 10 minutes. But it's like in the UFC. There's fighters who have to get hit to wake up and start fighting. We're the same. We need to get one put past us to just we have to actually do something.
Southampton had to put 2 past us for us to wake up.
Yeah, it's it makes for exciting football. But a couple of points that we talked about off air as well was, first of all, one that no opposition fan will ever bring up, the fact that Fred was very clearly brought down in the box, very clearly, and nothing was given. All right, so there's your penalty stats. You chuck that one in there.
Chuck that one in there.
Give another one to Bruno. Give another one to Bruno. That's a penalty.
No one's talking about that one, isn't it?
Right. So there's that. Would have made the game much more comfortable. 2-1's never.
I think. Yeah.
2-1's never. It's never nice to win that way. Like it's the relief of getting. You saw the players were extremely happy. Pogba is the happiest man I've ever seen. Like he's loving life. Crack a goal too. But we almost copped that last minute own goal.
Yeah.
That was so. Yeah. Bro, I saw that. My heart sank. My jaw on the floor. I'm like, bro, we copped it.
You know what? This is the thing, because Loftus-Cheek just before that had a great opportunity to put it away.
He pumped that so high.
And you know what? Yeah, like I look at the bottom teams. Like me and you have said, Sheffield United haven't been playing that. In some games that I've watched, I'm like, these guys are decent. The problem with teams like Sheffield, West Brom, Fulham, Brighton, Burnley, Newcastle, even we'll add in Wolves at this stage in 4 days.
Only because of the injuries, Wolves.
Yeah, but the thing that's consistent with all of them is there's no goal scorer.
No end product. Yeah.
What happened when Jimenez got injured? Wolves were up there. Now look at they haven't won a game. Like here, the last 5 on the sheet here. I don't know before that what they've done. They got Chelsea next, but they haven't won a game since Jimenez has been out.
They haven't won. Are you sure? Not a single game.
I'm just saying. Okay,
just in the last 5.
The last 5 they haven't
2
won.
points.
They're missing that clinical striker up front, right? Plus Jota's gone as well this season, so they don't have that creativity. I mean, they do with Neves, they do, but the end product is not there as well for them.
It's like Loftus-Cheek, right? He actually had a decent game against us.
Yeah,
he was running the ball, creating stuff, but he was always in the perfect position. And when he gets there, he stuffed it every time. But like not even like worrying. He had one decent effort, but De Gea put off a good save. He's not gonna save your team from relegation. Let's just say. That's why.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They need
how's Mitrovic not starting?
Do you know what?
He'll score goals, bro.
From what I read or seen somewhere, Scott Parker, I think they might have some sort of disagreements. And you've seen his body language when Mitrovic was on the bench. He was just like not interested kind of thing.
You want to play, but
then that's
you're the best striker in your team and you sit on the bench. That's
the thing. And look, you got to give credit because Lookman, I think he's been doing well since that penalty, since that Panenka. Yeah. I mean, even before that Panenka, he was doing well, but he's someone, and like Fulham, they haven't been doing too bad. Yeah, that like, okay.
Nah, 3 points in 5 games, man.
Yeah, but look, Newcastle maybe they should have won. Look, Southampton, they took a point off Tottenham as well. They had Chelsea. They were so unlucky against Chelsea as well, not to get a result. Yeah. I think before that they had another draw. I think they had 4 draws in a row or something. But it's just that clinical edge, and you've seen it. And like even with the Liverpool game today, like everyone's questioning the lineup. Okay, maybe he's got one eye on the FA Cup, and maybe he fought against Burnley. Maybe I can use these players. I can use these players that can do the job. But you know when we beat Burnley 1-0, you needed a deflection goal. You needed this to poor Pogba was deflected. Now what? You did what against them? And you look at all the teams that Liverpool dropped points to, we beat. We beat Fulham. We beat West Brom. We beat Southampton. We beat Newcastle. They drop points to all these teams.
So with Liverpool,
So don't
it
chat to
seems
us.
like- yeah.
Do not chat to us. Don't at me. No
But
more
so
ats.
Liverpool look like they're doing what they used to do back like a couple of years ago, losing and drawing those silly games against
Beating the big clubs.
against the lesser teams, and then getting the
results against the big clubs. Yeah, so
And you don't want to do that. There's more small teams than there are big teams.
Well,
which
that's
means
right,
More
but
points are there to be made against
and I think
them.
we were the same last year. This year we struggled against the big teams, and everyone's giving Bruno Fernandes a bit of stick, and we're going to touch on this one a little bit too. Yeah, Bruno Fernandes. Yeah, I'm getting tagged.
What did you say? It was Josh.
Not just him. There's a lot of people tagging me in this post. Bruno Fernandes versus the big six. The question is who's this big six? Who's the big six? Who are we talking about? Are we talking about the top six at the moment? Are we talking about the clubs that are known to be the big six?
Sixth, 8th place Chelsea is one of them.
Is the big sixth, 11th place, 10th place Arsenal? Is that the big six? Who are we talking about? Are United in the big six? Because Bruno can't verse himself. So when we're saying big six, what are we talking about? Is Leicester included in that? Because you include Leicester, you include Everton, you include teams that were in the big in the six when we first them, like Southampton and Villa, and then all of a sudden Wolverhampton, and then the Bruno Fernandes stats change. Now, my thing is, our problem last season was we couldn't unlock the smaller teams. With the low block, we struggled. Why? Maybe Bruno Fernandes was brought in to fix that problem. And for these big games, you had the players like Rashford. Maybe you brought in Cavani for that reason. Your poor Pogbas. Maybe they're the players that are meant to step up for the big games, right?
Yeah.
And we've been saying that, I don't know, maybe Fulham wasn't a big game against a big team, but it was moments, clutch moments that our world-class players, are taking.
Yeah.
So don't chat to me about Bruno Fernandes.
Listen, let's indulge these people tagging you and showing you these stats against the big six. What's your point? Are you saying that he's a shit player? Like, is that what you're saying? He's a shit? Because I know you'd take him.
Stat padding.
You'd take him. You'd take him in any team. Any team would have this man leading their team. So what Tiger, big six, no goals, bro.
Do you know what it is? It's these, it's okay. And I'll give it, all right. People want to banter, you can tag me, no problem. But my issue is these big companies, like, are you running out of content? Are you running out of content that you had to look for? Bruno Fernandes. You could have used any player. Pogba hasn't scored against your so-called big six. Rashford hasn't scored. Martial hasn't scored. None of them. Only Bruno Fernandes is the only one that scored, and you're still using him. But it is what it is.
Pick your targets. You always pick the biggest ones. Just like we're always copying shit. The biggest teams in the world will copy shit. Biggest players in the world will be under the microscope too.
It is what it is. But Seb, let's move over to another team struggling. Chelsea and Frank Lampard. The media's love child.
Yeah, he's cop. I wish these players wouldn't turn into managers because, like, I feel like it's undoing everything they did as a player. Like, I know he's not getting any respect from the fans. Everyone's shitting on him. I was saying something about like a fat Frank Lampard. What's that? Why is he fat now? What's that fatness? Is it because he's rich?
I don't know.
Because of rich money?
I doubt that.
So what's going on? Like, he's being stitched up by his team more than Van Gaal was stitched up by his team, more than Mourinho was stitched up. It's bro, not one of his signings, not one, are doing anything. Anything. I feel bad for him, honestly.
And look, I don't know where you go with Chelsea. I mean,
4 points.
Look, in my opinion, I always said, even though I not slagged him off, I slagged at the players. That's Timo Werner, your German Jesse Lingard, the other German Jesse Lingard, Shai Havertz. Shai Havertz, yes. Where are you? Where are you these days? I mean, you're killing in the Bundesliga, but you haven't showed up here. I mean, who else have they got? All right, Thiago Silva, yeah.
He's all right.
It's okay. Ziyech, yeah. I don't think we've seen enough of him. I don't think we've seen enough of him.
He's had a couple, but he's had one or two good games.
Decent games, yeah.
You can't
he
say
has
about any of the other ones yet.
Yeah, but then, and that's what I mean. Like, you got, bro, some of the chances Werner's got.
Oh, it's crazy, bro. It's controller breaking if it's on FIFA. Because you can't believe that the ball doesn't go in.
Yeah.
you can't believe it.
But I don't know, like...
Are they looking a bit like they did that year on the
I do think they need time. I think Lampard does need time. But it's in the Chelsea DNA to get rid of the manager once they don't perform. And I think there's already rumours out from the club somehow that the next couple of games, if he doesn't perform, then he's on his way out. And Roman Abramovich doesn't care who you are or what you've done for the club in the past.
The Russian Spetsnaz don't come in.
Half the money Lampard's won him,
Yeah.
with all these trophies, but in his playing days.
That's true. That's true.
Look, I don't know what it is. Like, is it a system thing? Is it a player management thing? Is it? I just don't know what it is when it comes to Frank Lampard and Chelsea.
Like, do the players get along with each other? Is it too much change in one go? All coming from Germany and the Netherlands. Like, is it a bit of a culture shock? And they just don't know how to kind of get along with each other.
But then you look at Pulisic this season, been horrible, honking this season. Pulisic, Kante as well.
Like, heavy on his back.
Kante as well this season. I'm like, gone. Like, legs are gone. Another Oscar Pastore in the house. I mean, just no legs. Kovacic is trying. I'll give him that.
Pastores would fire.
So Liverpool might need him. They need someone to shoot up front. Someone that doesn't miss. Someone that doesn't miss the target. Yeah, Oscar Pastore FC. But like, we're getting cancelled. Yeah, we're getting cancelled again. But like, I look at that. Like, where's Jorginho? Is Jorginho still there?
Yeah, actually.
Look, what's happening there? Like,
he
doesn't rate him. He doesn't rate him. I mean, like, you look at Ross Barkley left, and it looks like he's doing a lot better at Villa. Maybe because the teams that he plays, they're leaving a bit more space. He's got a bit more space to work in. Maybe that's probably helped his game. But with Chelsea, like, I can't, like, even though I think he needs time, I don't think I just sack him because this whole thing with sacking managers, like, it's got to come to, look at Solskjaer. If we got rid of Solskjaer, another manager comes in, and like,
the rebuilding it kills a club.
That's the thing. It's like, how long? Like, we're 8 years now since we're rebuilding.
And to be honest,
if we get another manager now, and I can see. All right, people might give Ollie stick still, was top of the table, still giving him stick, still giving him hate, still think he's the PE teacher, still think he's not good enough, and I understand where they're coming from, because some games, some tactics, some lineups that he makes are questionable.
Even
but Fergie had them times too, when we're like, why is this player starting? Why is it like we've lost stupid games on the Fergie as well, right?
Yeah,
things like that happen, especially this type of season. Look at there's no rules here, anything goes. But with Chelsea, the last couple of games, man, have been shocking. Against Leicester, they lost 2-0.
The biggest one. There's
you know what they can? I don't know if it's just me. I feel like they concede on set pieces a lot. I don't know if it's me. I just feel like on set pieces, it's like they switch off. And I think even Maddison said it after the game in the interviews. Like, oh yeah, we noticed. He did say, actually, he goes, yeah, we noticed that they switched off on set pieces, so that's where we tried to target him, and they scored off a set piece. They switched off Wilfried Ndidi, my man. Yeah, I would love to see him at United. I would love to see Ndidi at United, actually, as a DM. Great goal, good finish. And then you look at Maddison making them runs into the box. Yeah, you got your central midfielder now making runs into the box, and Maddison has now scored a couple of goals in his last couple of games as well. And where's the Chelsea defense? Where's Rudiger? Why is Zuma dropped? I know you don't rate him personally.
Yeah, but he's having a good season.
He's having a good season, so you're dropping him for Rudiger. Maybe he should start over Silva. Silva's at that age. Maybe he doesn't got the legs as well.
Yeah, people shitting on us about Cavani. Bro, this guy's 36 years old. Don't talk to me. What's that about?
Yeah. So,
yeah, he was captain.
Yeah. But then who they captained the week before? Did they captain someone else? Was that another team? They gave someone the captaincy anyways. Like, I don't know. We got Leicester, and Leicester are doing well.
Leicester's a team.
2 draws, 3 wins in their last 2 games. Last 5 games. But they've been doing well. But still, I expect Chelsea to do a lot more with the players they brought. And like, it's not like we were talking about Minamino. Minamino, they bought him for nothing. 2 mil, 5 mil.
Yeah.
So if it doesn't work out, whatever. It's one of them. If Thiago doesn't work out, it's a free transfer. If Jota doesn't work out, we didn't pay big money for him, so it doesn't matter.
But it's almost like covering yourself. You know, we always say, "I just got to cover our tracks," and
yeah,
it's that kind of mindset with Liverpool and those transfers. Chelsea
I guess so,
swung
yeah.
for the fences and they got struck. They're striking out.
It's hidden hope. It's hidden hope. I mean,
It's a lot of pressure. These kids that they bought are young, worth all the money that they just will spend on them, and it gets heavy. It gets heavy. They're not coping clearly.
do you think? Okay, now that Poch is at PSG, they're looking at Thomas Tuchel to come in at Chelsea. Is he gonna do anything? He's German, right? So maybe he's gonna get something out of these German players.
Maybe, but there's what about the rest of the squad? Nah,
No, I get it.
Tuchel, like, look, his objective at PSG was to win the Champions League. They haven't come close yet.
Yeah. Oh, last season made the final. They made the final. They lost to Bayern last year.
In the final.
Yeah, 1-0. They lost the final.
Wait, I'm tripping out. Wait.
You are tripping out. It's been a long year, right? Trust me. It's been a long year. COVID has affected all of us.
Fine, yeah, all right. Despite that,
But still didn't win it. Still didn't win it. At the end of the day, like Man City, the goal they brought in these players, the goal these owners, the goal they brought Guardiola in is for one reason and one reason only. Because if you look at Guardiola and you look at Man City, he's won things same as Mancini, Pellegrini. They've won the same things.
That's right.
So
yeah, all these guys get pushed on.
That's right, and they. So when you bring in a manager like that, your PSGs, your cities, you're looking to win the Champions League.
Yeah, but PSG, he was always going to win the leagues every time. There's no competition.
That's what I mean.
That's what I'm saying. This guy is not the right one for Chelsea.
Yeah, but this is the thing. Now that it's like with Oli, right? It's like with Oli, one mistake, and Pochettino. The rumors are out. This Poch, that the Pochettino and Oli out is the hashtags are trending on Twitter, and then somehow that it's like a jail for Oli. He's like, oh, you know what, my job's under threat. Hey boys, let's
play football.
Yeah, play for some football. Yeah, but with Lampard, unless Abramovich has said to him, look, you've got to the end of the season. If things don't, because what's a manager really going to come in now and change? Because if he hasn't done it in half a season, are the players going to adapt in the rest of the season? Another 19 games or whatever it might be.
Like, it's still a decent amount of time, but no, like, first of all, you can't make more transfers because that's just ridiculous. Like, that's obviously not the fix.
It's going to be too late.
Yeah,
if they're not making any transfers now. And the thing is that you spent how much you spent.
They made so much that that's not the answer. They got the squad. They bought for the whole season, not for 6
11
months.
points. 11 points behind United.
It's a lot, man.
And City got a game in hand. If they win that game in hand, they're 12 points.
12 points, yeah.
So the league gone. I don't know, but
Yeah,
Chelsea
they're
for
out
me,
of the
the league is gone,
That's what I was
right?
saying before. It looks like a season that they had under Mourinho where they just dwindled down. They came 12th, was it? Something like that.
11th, 12th.
11th,
You might be right. Yeah.
Like, that's what they're looking like this season.
See the big like the difference from last season. Last season there was no pressure. You had no transfer windows. Yeah, you were allowed to buy in January, but they didn't buy anyone. Or they bought Ziyech, and all that for this season. So they made some buys, but for this season, right? So it was kind of like a leeway. It was like a free
pass.
this season, and he did better because there wasn't a lot of pressure put on him. Look, man, I don't know. Like I said at last podcast, the kindergarten teacher. Maybe Ollie's the PE teacher. Frank Lampard's the kindergarten teacher because he does well with the kids. Last year with the kids, he's done well. And they played well. Abraham, Mason Mount.
Yeah.
You had all the other players that were coming in. You see with Reece James, he's been doing decent as well.
He's pretty much a mainstay now.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like they're coming through well. I don't know. The kindergarten teacher, like,
he probably feels pressure. First of all, who really makes the decisions on the transfers in that club? Because I think Abramovich is quite hands on. Like, I feel like he has money, he wants to spend it on this player. I think.
Yeah,
and
I don't know.
I think he feels pressure to play these guys that he just spent a lot of money on instead of playing.
But that's the problem. But that's the thing. Some managers play on form. Some managers play like. There's been a lot of times that we've played Pogba because he's worth 90 million. There's a lot of times that we have to play Maguire because he's 80 million and the captain. There's look at Arsenal. Arteta, maybe not forced, but feels like he just signed the contract on 300 whatever a week.
Who's that?
Aubameyang, like Arteta.
Yeah.
He's out of form and you're still playing him. Is it because of the wages and because he's the captain? Like, maybe you're right. I reckon you're right. Yeah, some managers are maybe not forced, but feel the need to play these players because they're on the big contracts, because of the wages and
because they're
the price tags.
Mobster.
He's still not allowed. I don't think he's still allowed in the country. I don't know. I think his wife must have taken everything.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah. Divorced and that, you know what I mean? So he's got no room. He's going to be ruthless if Frank doesn't do anything for him. But that's Chelsea, guys. Let us know what you guys think about Chelsea. Struggling. No good.
London is falling.
London is falling. Maybe Mourinho's got something to say about that one.
Man, let's not forget they were top of the table once upon a time. They've dropped off.
Yeah, but they're not now. Like
they're not out of it, but they've
got Liverpool next. What do you think is going to happen there?
Right, that's
They've got Liverpool next, fifth, and they're 1 point behind. Same games played. Oh no, Spurs got a game less.
Yeah, one game less. Yeah, so then there'll be 2 points ahead.
So there'll be 2 points ahead with a game in hand.
I think Tottenham wins that game. I think, yeah, I think so. I honestly thought that Liverpool were going to win this morning. I thought that they were going to open those floodgates. Like it's been long enough without scoring. But now,
Yeah, sorry. Go on.
No.
What do you think Klopp does now? Does he now? Because I know he rested a few players for this game. FA Cup against United, full strength, knowing that he's got
nothing to play for in the league. Joking.
Top 4 race for them, bro. Top 4 race.
Both teams will
Europa League.
Both teams will play strong, full strength team.
Do you reckon Do you reckon Klopp's gonna go out full strength against United?
Yeah, that's right. Both teams will be full strength. I think. Both teams will be full strength.
And that's the thing. So like United, let's just say for example, we can rest.
He rested Rashford for that game for sure.
Yeah. He rested. Like we got rested Rashford, but like now we can rest Martial. Maybe start Cavani again.
Hopefully.
We can rest. Maybe we can put Tellers in for this game. Maybe Van der Beek can come in for this game, and they're still the squad is still strong, right?
Should be Van der Beek, Pogba, and Matic.
Rest Bruno.
Maybe rest him, but maybe starting to. Maybe just do the 2 strikers. Maybe Rashford and Greenwood up front.
But then see Liverpool, it's very hard to rest players because you don't got the quality. You don't got the quality to come on. But I don't know, man. It's going to be hard. But yeah, Spurs, they won their last game. They drew to Fulham, which was disappointing. I mean,
the giant tamers, should call.
And especially after a 3-0 win to Leeds, you thought against Fulham, it's on paper they should win it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. What's happening with this Gareth Bale, most expensive mascot in the league?
Well,
he's only here for a golf tournament. What is going on? Your mate. You wanted him at United. I said, I don't want this guy.
Yeah. Well, I wanted him back then. Yeah. When he signed for Madrid, I wanted him at United.
Oh, yeah, back then. So you were still hoping, yeah?
What, now?
Now, yeah, still hoping.
When he came back?
The marketing side. It's the typical Ed Woodward signing. Get Gareth Bale in, shirt sales. You know what? If there's no fans that come back this season, all this no one sees Gareth Bale.
Was he
did
really
they have
there?
fans? Wait.
Really
Maybe did they have fans? Did Spurs have fans at the ground?
London's copped it, bro. They've been pretty bad with COVID, so I don't think that.
I can't remember if they did.
Maybe they wouldn't have, bro. No. They've been like whatever.
Yeah, but before when everyone was like they had 2,000 fans, was
there was none in London. I'm sure it was none in London because London were bad. Liverpool.
Arsenal had though.
Oh, you're right. They did. Why? How was
2,000 because it depends what tier you're in. Depends how bad it was. I think the only 2 teams that didn't have fans were United and City. Maybe Leeds and Sheffield. Yeah, I don't think Sheffield. Yeah, but it's interesting. Like, does Gareth Bale now come play against this Liverpool game? Who does he start over? I don't know.
I don't know because Tottenham, they rest some good players in form. Like you remember Lucas Moura in the Champions League. This was Poch, to be fair. Puts them into the final, doesn't start the final.
Yeah.
Like shit like that. So maybe that, to me, Bale could start. But maybe not.
Another bicycle like he did in the final against them.
Fuck.
Was it a bicycle? No, it wasn't.
No,
it was. One of them was.
No, it was a fumble and a bicycle kick. Yeah, the first one was a bicycle kick, the second one was a fumble.
Come on, Jose.
I was so drunk when that game was on, and I go to Taylor and my brother, I'm like, Bale was warming up on the sideline. I remember he was doing this with his hands. I'm like, this guy's going to win in the game. Comes on, does that. What a game that was, bro. Sucks shit.
So, you never know. He comes on, but then Liverpool, it's a must-win there for Liverpool. Yeah. We spoke about Leicester a little bit as well. They got Everton. Now that's another big game. Yeah, Everton only played 17 games. Everton wins. They go joint with Leicester. If they beat Leicester, and they play their game in hand. But then they'll have another game. Yeah,
they got 2 games in hand.
2 games in hand.
But they'll still be behind Leicester if they beat Leicester this game.
Yeah,
They're
they'll
on
still be
32,
behind.
35,
Yeah.
3 points. So they can
But
match.
if they get the 6 points, they'll be on the same points.
They can match them, yeah.
Yeah.
But with much less goals in hand, like goals for.
But then they're like that. Yeah, it's interesting. They'll be in front of Liverpool.
You know, all
Liverpool can go down to 7th very soon.
Fucking relegate the cats.
The first has a team that won the league ever been relegated.
Surely not.
Why not? Why not, Klopp? Come on.
Let's make some history, boys.
Yeah, make some history. You're on the roll here. Yeah, man.
I know this league makes me happy. Like, even we've been shit for so long, but I love this.
I think we're still not that great too.
No, but listen, this is not gonna last, bro. I mean, I'm saying it since we've been there. I was saying when we were coming second and third, I'm like, this is so flattering because like we're playing better. We are definitely playing better. We're not playing terrible, but like I got a scare when we lost to Man City. When we drew to Man City, I thought, well, look, this is to me who we are. This flat, scared to attack the big teams. But Liverpool, we did draw 0-0 as well, but we played better. We played good. And we're getting these wins. We're getting these grinding wins. Like last season, we talked about earlier this podcast. We couldn't do shit. Couldn't break down a friggin',
It's very, yeah. And we're
doing it.
At the moment, we're top of the table. We can't complain. I know every single pundit, every single ESPN, Sky Sports, all of them blokes are United are in a false position. Shut your fucking mouth.
Put this one in your mouth to shut it, bro. Fuck your fault.
It's like Conor McGregor. Who the fuck is that guy? You know what I mean? We are top of the league.
Connor's definitely a Liverpool fan.
I think he is. He might be. Connor is a Liverpool fan, but he will win this weekend as well. Connor will get the result. Yeah. Liverpool, unfortunately, won't. So
I hope Dustin sleeps and go to bed.
Oh my God! He slept him. That's how Liverpool fans feel at the moment.
They're sleeping, bro.
Already a few knockouts there. But guys, I know it's been a long podcast. I mean, double game week. What do you mean? It's been a double game week.
We only talked about it like in half of it.
Half an hour. We haven't spoken about City and their stupid VAR calls.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Let's touch on that quickly. Yeah, bit of 10 hours on that one. What do you think? All this controversy and drama.
I think I wish it was someone else that this happened to, just to see what the decision would have been. Because you made your point off air, which you're going to tell these people now. But for me, the ball was played. Mings did have a touch, and obviously he did, a couple. But this player is standing there in an offside position. To me, it's offside because it was initially played by a Man City player. And like it's offside.
Okay.
It's offside.
This is how I see it. When I seen it, I didn't have an issue with it because the last touch from Mings went back towards his goal. I've seen it in the past when Gerrard's given it to Henry. Henry's a kilometre offside. Henry's gone on and scored. You can go look it up on YouTube. It was when Arsenal had that maroon jersey that season with the 0-2.
Last
I think, yeah.
Season.
And then he's done the same thing to Drogba. Drogba's offside. He's played the ball back. To me, yeah, Slippy G,
the assist king.
Yes, assist king. And if I really look at it, I look at them situations. I'm like, besides these being a passes, maybe Mings wasn't passing it, but when he turned, the last turn was in towards Rodri, and the ball did go play backwards.
So what you're saying is, off the defensive play, if it goes backwards, then it's officially
no. I just not that it.
So then, to me,
he didn't make the tackle. I looked at it. Rodri was running next to him, and as soon as Mings turned into his direction. So I don't know. He just went for the ball. I don't think he ran back, sprinted back, and went in for the tackle. That's the way I seen it. But since he's already the rules, look, doing the coaching course, you have to do these stupid laws of the game, which
that makes sense, right?
And they go, you got to do this laws of the game thing when it was like 100 and something fucking questions of these rules and rules that we didn't even know about as well. Yeah. So there's a lot of I've played for how long, and there's some rules that I was telling you off camera. You can't be offside from a goal kick. We almost killed a referee in Sunday League because one player's offside, the ball's kicked to him, and we let him go. We almost killed him. But then it's like, no, that's the rules. Do you know what I mean? Like there's some rules that we don't really look at right properly. And that was one of them. One of them is if a player's offside and a player from the opposite team passes it to him, he's not offside. Like I remember, and I'll never forget this one in the World Cup 2010 in Africa, South Africa. I'll never forget. I was at Marconi. I had Carlos Vela to score, and the game to end 1-1.
The first game.
Yeah, Mexico
South
and
Africa.
and I'll put this molded down. I'm riding the bar. I turn around, goal. I've bought drinks for everyone, right? So I've bought drinks for everyone. She looks at me. She's like, "Are you sure?" Yeah, 10 JDs and Cokes for everyone that's at the bar. Don't know anyone. I'm there. Yes, the ticket here. First goal scorer. It's 1-1. Cash out. No worries. There's no cash out, but it was guaranteed. I've turned around after she's poured all the drinks and it's offside. And that one, the keeper went forward. There was 2 players on the goalpost, and Vela was in between the goalkeeper and the 2 players. But apparently that's offside. See, things like that, don't even know, bro. Like some of these rules I don't even know.
Yeah, the keeper cancels out.
And then there was a nice hefty bill for me, and still didn't get the multi because they ended up scoring later.
You remember, it's a bit cheaper. Show them the members card.
Gold member, bro. Gold. That's some good times.
Every night was a blessing.
Some good times, but yeah, look.
Well, it was given.
It was given. I think City now are in some great form with their game in hand. They go top. They got West Brom next game.
They'll go top.
They got.
That's why this will be the last podcast. We should have kept on.
But look, they got West Brom next game, and I think how's their running? Let's quickly check City's games.
They got Liverpool coming up.
Yeah, but I don't think it's soon, is it?
Yeah.
What is this, bro? What's going on? What we in March? Oh, here. Yeah, this. The season.
I was like, we're versing them soon.
Yeah. So they got... Hold on, where are we? This doesn't help, eh? Here we go. So they got West Brom. Then they got Sheffield. Burnley. Liverpool. So Liverpool's on the 8th of Feb. So in 3 games' time.
Oh, it's not that far away.
And he's at Anfield, so I know they're already beaten there, but
the beginning of
but
the
then
streak.
again, look, the same game week, Leicester play Wolves, Liverpool, City, United, Everton. That's the other game week. I was going to say.
Next one.
That's the next
Play
one.
again.
Liverpool, Leicester. Liverpool, 2 games. Oh, Klopp's going to lose it now. 2 games in 2 days. Jeez. No subs. We'll leave it there, guys. Yeah, thanks for staying to the end of this podcast. If you did stay to the end.
If not, you can't
If
see
you
this.
did, you can't see that. But United, top of the league. Liverpool in 4th. The quadruple, mate. 4 games, no goals, mate. That's what it is. Yeah, guys, like always, share, comment.
Tell your friends.
Tell your friends. The OnlyFans is coming soon. Once United win this league, the OnlyFans in full force.
We should make like an agreement to just a one.
If OnlyFans want to sponsor us, I'll get a cheek out.
I need some fans.
I'll get a cheek out.
Cheek out.
Yeah. Loftus cheek.
No, me too.
Go get the Loftus cheek out. Yeah, but guys, see you later. This is never gonna end. Take it easy.